So let's take a look at the final question on homework 6. This is number 16. It is another word problem, and we're kind of just going to do another rough draft of how to get through it, because you know how to do all of the things that are in this particular question. It's just a matter of knowing what order to do them in. So I will help you with that. The question says that according to a study conducted in 2003, the total number of U.S. jobs that are projected to leave the country by year t, where t equals 0 corresponds to the year 2000, is represented by the following function where n of t is measured in millions. So this guy here is number of jobs. That's the number of jobs that are leaving the country. And this is time in years since 2000. And what that means is if they want information for the year 2001, well, it's been 1 year, so you'd plug a 1 in here. If they wanted information for the year 2012, you would plug in a 12 here. It's just they're saying that t starts at 0 in the year 2000, and every year you would add 1 to it, okay? So what they want is to know two things. How fast was the rate changing? How fast was the rate that jobs were leaving the country changing? That's essentially what they're asking here. So how fast was the rate changing? Well, we know that that question means we need to take a derivative. And they want to know how fast it was changing in 2001 and how fast it was changing in 2011. Your years may be different here. Mine happen to be 2001 and 2011. I'm going to give you a box to answer here and a box to answer here. So what we need is the derivative of n of t to be able to figure this out, and for that we're going to need the chain rule. What you're going to do with your chain rule is you're going to have to multiply this exponent here times this decimal. That's just something you're going to have to do in your calculator. Then you're going to write down whatever is inside these parentheses. So you'll multiply that times whatever you found here. You're going to change your exponent. You're going to subtract 1 from that. So you're going to wind up with a 3.5 for your exponent. And then you're going to multiply all that times the derivative of what's on the inside, which in this case, derivative of t is 1, derivative of 1 is 0, so you're basically just multiplying everything times 1. So really what you're going to have is for n prime of t, you're going to have 0.001845 times 4.5, because we brought down that exponent, brought it down and multiplied it times what was out in front. Write down exactly what's on the inside, t plus 1. Change the exponent because we have to subtract 1 for the power rule, so that's going to be to the 3.5 power, and then multiply that times the derivative of this, which we just said was 1. Okay? Multiply that out in your calculator. Basically, you're just going to multiply these two together, and then you're going to get a number here. These two are going to combine to give you this number here. I haven't looked at it in my calculator. You can figure that out for yourself. And that's going to be times t plus 1 to the 3.5. So this is calculator magic right here. You can do that. And once you've got that, you just need to know what to plug in for t, right? So for this first one here, you're going to do n prime of 1, because they're asking for how fast it was changing in the year 2001. And 2001 has been 1 year since 2000. For this one, you're going to do n prime of 11, because in 2011, it's been 11 years since 2000. So once you got this, you can multiply these two things together. That's going to give you another number here. And then you are just going to plug in 1 for t for this one and 11 for t for this one. Your year might be 15, plug in a 15. Your year might be 6, plug in a 6. Either way, you're going to get the correct answer, which needs to be rounded to the nearest whole number. And so if you ran through this whole thing and you tried it on your own with my numbers, you're going to end up with 93,805 for this one. And you're going to end up with, oh my, very big number, 49,631,154 for this one. That would be the answer that you got, okay? So if you've got any questions, if the number crunching isn't working out correctly for you, if you're not sure why I did what I did at any step of the process, send me an email and we'll get you through this.